Hello, hello, hello! Welcome back to another episode of Paper Mario. Last time, we got Parakarry as a partner. We also scoured Mount Rugged for all of his letters and found out he's pretty much awful at his job. The good news is he's a very good party member, and because we went out where we did, it means all the enemies have respawned. I'm probably not going to fight all of them. I did just want to show off his two abilities. His Skydive is basically a jump attack. His Shell Shot allows you to basically do Cooper's move in the air. So that's kind of useful. So he's kind of a mixture of... I guess he's kind of a mixture of Koops and Goombario in that sense. His whole thing is flying enemies. That's basically his thing. I won't show Shell Shot yet. We're gonna need to see Shell Shot. I'm gonna show that off later, and there's gonna be a very good reason on when I show that. It's not gonna be yet, because there is an optional boss fight coming up, and we'll probably deal with that this episode. I don't know. You don't have to fight him. Actually, it's pretty obvious because he's optional, but what are you gonna do? Alright, so let's just avoid all the fights for now and just grab the stuff we need to grab that we didn't grab before. I've always found it kind of odd, so let's use Parakarry's ability outside of battle, which is him to pick you up and flies you over small gaps, and then he stops. Oops. Yep, and he moves you over. That's basically his ability. It doesn't seem like it'll be all that powerful or all that useful, given the fact that, you know, it's a very, very small gap. But it has its uses. Okay, let's avoid this cleft. Down here. And you remember last time, I think that was to... or, nope, it was... talk to this guy. Huh? You're talking to me? I don't see anyone else here. Alright, you are talking to me. Is that supposed to be a reference to Dirty Harry? It's been a long while since I first came here from my home in Flower Fields. Still the very first person to speak a word to me. Maybe because you're out in the middle of nowhere. Nobody ever notices me. The few people I actually see just think I'm blooming. I love a good conversation. Here, take this as thanks. This is a precious seed. Keep it well and remember me. Okay, so we got another seed from Toad Town. And again, if you don't get it now, you're going to have to come back here later and get it, and that's awful, so don't do that. Let's avoid all the clefts, just for now. Okay, so this gap we couldn't fly over last time, but now we can. And if you notice, there's a guy in the background there. See him? See this guy? Who's back and forth? Okay, we're going to really quickly switch to Goombario. Because he is our mini-boss. Well, he's not really a... I mean, he's a mini-boss, but he's also kind of... well, he's optional. I don't really want to put him... He is a boss, but... I don't know. Anyway, hey there, hold on a sec, partner. Just a darn minute. I've seen you somewheres. Where are you holding that? Yep, very similar. You look a lot like this feller Mario who's on Bowser's Wanted poster. Now give, what's your name? Okay, so you have three options here. If you say Mario, you have to fight him. Say Luigi, he'll believe you, and then you don't have to fight him. I believe he will stop you when you come back, on the way back from Chapter 2. You say Princess Peach, you'll fight him. We're going to say Mario, though, because I actually want to fight this guy. Mario? Well, I'll be. If you're Mario, I reckon I've got to bust you up. So he's kind of gullible, as it were. So let's really quickly switch to you and Tattle. His name's Buzzer. This is Buzzer. He guards Mount Rugged. Wow, that's one big bird. Max HP 40, attack power 3, defense power 0. Get caught in the clutches with sharp claws, you lose 4 HP. Try to wiggle out of his grip. Special attacks is flapping his wings to create wind. The attack damages your party members too. That's the problem. He was hatching eggs, wasn't he? Is it possible he's really a she? I wonder. Was he hatching it? Were they? Was she hatching eggs? I don't know. Anyway, 40 HP means that technically Buzzer is technically the strongest opponent we found yet, which is saying something considering he's stronger than all the bosses we've fought so far. Let's see if I can power bounce correctly today. Okay, that was okay, but now he's going to do this damage attack, and that actually takes out your party member for 2 turns, which sucks. That's absolutely awful. Now, we're going to want to switch to Paracarry when, he does all these attacks that basically require you to tap A lot, and he does a ton of damage, which means he's actually pretty hard to fight. You haven't brought items, or you're not prepared to fight him. I know the first time I fought him, back when I first played this game, way back in the day, I was totally not prepared to fight this guy. Okay, so you notice he's kind of kicking our ass. Let's use the egg. I don't use the egg. Actually, let's use one of our fried shrooms. Get our refund. Heal up really quickly. We're actually going to change to Paracarry, and there's a reason I want to change to Paracarry. I hate this attack. This attack is basically the fleeing attack, and it's sort of RNG about whether or not it works. I'm going to show off his Paracarry's shell shot real quick. Essentially, you just have to hold the control stick to the left, like this. It's actually really hard. The bigger the enemy, the easier it is to hit them, obviously, because reticule is bigger. But you just hold it like this, and it does 5 damage right now. So, it's a pretty easy attack to get off. I don't know if it feels like it. Ow. That's actually probably his weakest attack, I want to say. Only does 1 damage, which kind of sucks. I should probably do something to get FP back, honestly. I should probably use the, oh, not this attack again. This attack sucks. Like, this attack literally is awful. Probably my least favorite attack he does. I'm not sure which is worse, I'm not sure which attack is worse, the one where he picks you up and it's basically guaranteed to hit you, or the one where it attacks your party members and you're also guaranteed to take damage. Or at least they are, because the lowest you can get it down is 1. Yeah, this attack. Even if you get it down, the least you can get down is 1 damage, and it's going to hit your party member. Which sucks, but, you know, what are you going to do? Actually, I could probably show a hammer throw here. Still does 2 damage, but why not? Not this fucking attack. Hate this attack so much. Alright, well, we'll just use hammer throw again, since he's basically dead. Hit him in the face with a hammer. And he gives you a whopping 15 experience points. So that's an optional boss fight. Yeah, I got whooped. And you can fight him now, or you can fight him later. If what I just showed you looked at all challenging, I would fight him the second time around rather than the first time. He'll still give you the experience points you want. So I would definitely fight him rather than avoid him. See, there's a heart block right here. And save block. Let's save. Okay. Now we're going to switch back to, if I can remember, switch back to Goombario because we're about to go into a new area. Welcome to Dry Dry Desert. As you can see from the shifting in music, we are in a new area now. Actually, I probably shouldn't have changed my party member there. So now we're going to go back to Paracarry and talk to this guy with the strange mustache. I don't know how Koopas grow mustaches, but they do. Well, hello there, old boy. How goes the travels, eh? I'm known as Colorado. I'm an archaeologist, you know. I travel the world. At the moment, I'm turning Dry Dry Desert upside down to find the Dry Dry ruins. My assistants have attempted to gather information at Dry Dry Outpost, which is near here. Sadly, as of yet, we're having little success. All I need is a clue and we'll be golden. Now, if you see this, that's what he normally says, and then Parakarry says, "You're Colorado, correct?" Name's Parakarry. I deliver letters. I believe I have one for you. Hang on a moment. And then you give him his letter. Another letter duly delivered. Postman's job is never done. Oh, good show. It's a letter from my wife. Thank you ever so, old chap. This is just what I needed to give me strength to go on. I know. I'll pass this along as a spot of thanks. Came across it while I was immersed in a dig around here. Use your star piece. So basically everyone who you deliver letters to will give you a star piece. I believe you can shake this tree later when they leave, and yes, they do leave. Dry Dry Desert is a giant grid, first and foremost. So there's a path running through it, and then there are other things you can do in Dry Dry Desert. That's a bandit. They steal your coins. They're really annoying. I try not to fight them if I can avoid it. That's a pokey. Pokies are, as you imagine, pokey. They're a little annoying. You can't jump on them, and there's a stone cactus. And there's a desert thing, or desert whirlwind. They're not enemies. If you are knocked into them, you will be blown around, basically, and sent to a random tile. In all cases but one, I think. Anyway, you're just going to want to keep going this way. Read this. Dry Dry Outpost. Okay. Now, there are a number of things you need to do. This guy's going to run away. Going to run that way. Now, let's save. Now we're going to want to do a couple things. There's a couple things you want to do while you're here. Let's talk Chuck. Actually, it's talk Chuck Guzmo, I guess. I haven't done one in years since we were in Koopa Village. It's Quiz. There was favorite quizmaster Chuck Guzmo. Want to try the quiz? Yeah, why not? Let's go to the question. Question. What's the color of the block you can break with the first hammer you got? And that is yellow. Red blocks don't exist, and gray blocks are stone blocks which you can't break unless you have the next hammer. Correct. Congratulations. Here's your star piece. A star piece. You correctly answered 2 questions so far. Good luck next time. So long, farewell, till we meet again. A little weird kind of a worm. Okay. Now, we're going to go back over here, and this guy's going to run back. So this guy and that guy have a whole bunch of things. This guy will tell you things and hint at things if you give him stuff. He requires a lime and a lemon, which you can get, and I will show where you can get them. But before we go anywhere, we want to talk to this woman. Hello, welcome, how are you? Feeling jolly? Feeling blue? I'm Burlee, you see, that's me. Cuter gal you'll never see. I do magic, but not for free. Your luck has steered you well, for I'm a master of the spell. When my spell upon you glows, you might get lucky, but who knows? Do you dare take a chance? Want to watch my cards dance? Yes, you do. Oh, hello, very good. Pick one now, if you would. Pay as much as I could. Okay, so you have 3 courses. You have Petite Course, Ordinary Course, and Special Course. You're always going to want to do the Special Course. It's going to last the longest, and it'll keep you from coming back. It is well worth the investment. Essentially, this gives you random bonuses. This can be everything from more attack damage, to defense damage, to doubling your experience points, to doubling the amount of coins you get after a battle. It activates, as far as I can tell, randomly, but it's always worth getting. Alrighty, tally-ho, and here we go. She does her little dance thing. Unlike Merlin, she actually does something actually useful. Now, it does run out, and I think you'll find this power might get your foes to cower. Light your darkest hour. Even should you meet a beast, do not fear, not the least. Results makes a famine feast. See you then, come again, goodbye, my friend. So basically, it does run out. I don't think I've ever had it not run out during a game. I think I've almost always seen it run out at least once during any playthrough that I've done. So you will have to come back here to get a new one, but depending on how often you use it. Okay, now I'm actually going to skip ahead a little bit and show something, because you want to talk to this guy. Okay, we want to sell one. Actually, you could probably sell an item, but I don't really want to sell an item. Let's see how many items I have real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, we only have 8 items? Oh, okay. That's good. Okay. Now, if you had gone down to the Oasis, which we will go to for another reason, and then brought the items to that mouse I showed you before that was next to that door on the right side, he would tell you that you need to buy 2 items at the shop. And you need to buy them in a specific order. You need to buy a dusty hammer after a dried shroom. Both of these items suck, by the way. And then you get the dusty hammer. Dusty hammer will be 2 coins, but are you sure you want it? Yeah. Alright, thanks. What ho? Buying a dusty hammer after a dried shroom? It's a secret sign that only friends of Mr. Mustafa know. That means you're in with Mustafa. Hey, brother. Good to meet you. Have any questions need answered? Yeah, I got lots of questions. You want to see Mr. Mustafa? He's usually up on the highest part of Dry Dry Outpost. Just keep going up, my man. Can you imagine what it would be like if you accidentally bought those 2 items? Like if some random dude just bought the dried shroom and that dusty hammer for no logical reason. They were just like, oh yeah, you're totally in with the gang. Come on in. I mean, now there is one interesting item, which is the dried pasta. If you buy the dried pasta, you can take it back to Tasty and she'll cook it, which is useful. The other good item that you can get here is the Thunderbolt, which strikes an enemy for 5. But, yep, I know. We're going to sell those 2 items we got, because they're both terrible. Now let's get rid of this dried shroom. It's awful. We don't need it. Now, let me just get rid of those. Okay, so, now that we've done that, events have been set in motion that are irrevocably changed the world, as it were. So now I can go in this building where that mouse was, or where that... Are they mice? I don't know really what they're called in the Mario universe, but... something over here? I don't remember. There is a reason. Okay, here's a letter. Letter to the traveling Nomadi mouse on the road. So we'll give that to him when we go by. Jump over here and go in here. Talk to this guy. How did you get here? Who told you how to find this place? I did. I've played this game before. Yes, Mustafa is my name. When I'm out and about in Dry Dry Outpost, I use the name Sheik, which is a reference to Legend of Zelda. You look nice enough, I'm a good judge of character. I've been watching you ever since you came to town, all of 5 minutes ago. I still can't believe you found me without being told. I think you must have extremely good luck, yes? I love the fact that they put that in. Like, a lot of games would make it so you couldn't get to something like this unless you did all the steps. But in this game, you can just do it. And they put a line of dialogue in the situation that if you did what I just did, which is skip all the stuff that you like talking to him and everything. It's kind of nice. My name is Mario, yes? I heard you want to go to Dry Dry Ruins. I have a feeling you are on an important journey, so I'll tell you the secret. Dry Dry Ruins is a very important place. My ancestors have watched over it for many generations. If I not keep evil folk out of the ruins, who will? Well, you've done a pretty shit job about that, as it turns out. But promise me that you will tell no one this secret. I'll give you this. You get the Pulse Stone. Pulse Stone is a key to finding Dry Dry Ruins. Take it to the desert, yes? Pulse Stone will flash above your head as you get close to the ruins. The closer you get to the ruins, the faster the Pulse Stone will flash. Follow it where it leads you. Find the place where the Pulse Stone flashes the fastest, and it will use it to open the way. So basically, the Pulse Stone's the key to Dry Dry Ruins. Dry Dry Ruins, by the way, is a I don't know if we can do this yet. There's a thing where if you run around this tree a bunch of times, it triggers something, but I don't know if it triggers anything yet. I don't know if it triggers it yet. Like, a guy will tell you something in a dream if you run around it. Maybe it's the other way. I always forget, but eventually it triggers something, and then I might have to might be later in the game. I think it's later in the game. Yeah, I don't think it's triggered yet. Basically, you go to Merlin. Merlin says, oh, by the way, if you you run around a tree a certain amount of times, you hear something from someone else and he'll help you. Anyway, we're gonna go give that, before I end this episode, because we made a good bit of progress, I'm gonna go over to the Nomadi Mouse and give him that letter really quickly. See, the pulse stone's already starting to flash. I was stupidly over my inventory when I'm supposed to be changing partners. Let's talk to this guy. Hello, fellow travelers. I'm in the middle of a journey, just as you appear to be. You go southeast from here, you reach a beautiful desert oasis where lemon and lime trees grow. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. It's nice and cool. It's really the best place to have a rest. Many enemies plague the surrounding area. If you plan on reaching the oasis in one piece, be careful. Traveling to Mighty Mouse, correct? Name's Paracare. I deliver letters. I believe I have one for you. Hang on a moment. How the fuck would anyone send this guy a letter? He doesn't have like a mailbox. He's just wandering around. How would you ever expect it to get to him? Another letter duly delivered. What do I need from Mustafa? I've heard the name, but I can't remember who he is. Oh, good. Anyway, thank you for delivering it. I'm surprised that you found me way out here. So am I. Extremely hot traveling desert, so take care. Oh yeah, take this as my thanks. Don't hesitate. Please take it. Got a star piece. So apparently he knows Mustafa, but doesn't know who the fuck Mustafa is. So I'm not sure why Mustafa bothered to send him a letter if the guy doesn't know who he is, and the guy has no mailbox, which would mean that trying to send a letter to such a man would be, impossible, normally. But oh well, logic. Okay, we're going to save her here. Next time, we're going to go into the desert. We're going to find Dry Dry ruins. I'm also going to go to the oasis and show what's there. Alright, see y'all later.